seeing as we're home because it's cold, I figured we'd do something about the birds out there. They actually are pretty fine. They're built to be out in the cold and the weather, but we'll give them a little hand. I got a recipe from Mrs. Brock that actually worked very well and was kind of easy, so I thought we'd give it a try today, and you can do it. I did notice that the ones I made over Christmas break are all eaten up by the birds, so time for me to make some more. All right, first thing you're gonna need is some gelatin, Knox gelatin. It's unflavored, okay? So we're gonna take 2 packages from that and put it in a large bowl. I don't think you should use regular Jello with this, guys. I'm not sure that would turn out right. To that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of boiling water. So I have my tea kettle on. That'll come in handy later. So 1/2 cup of boiling water. And I'm gonna whisk it to make sure that dissolves. Because I want that Jello to be 100% dissolved before I start adding more. Okay? This is another one of those 3 ingredient things. Okay, dissolved up Jello. Next thing I'm gonna do, and really easy, I'm gonna add 2 to 3 cups of birdseed. So I have a songbird mix. So it has sunflower seeds and peanuts and corn and little mullet seeds and all kinds of things in there that supposedly will attract any kind of bird. I had good luck with it when I made it over Christmas break. So I put in 2, so I'm gonna mix that up and see how that's. It's kind of soupy yet, so I'm going to add a little more to get it thick. That gelatin does set up very much like Jello, so I'm going to put in about 1/2 cup more. There, that's a little better. Okay, then just because this gets all over your hands and really sticks, I'm gonna put on a glove. But you can spoon it, you can do it by hand, however you choose. On my cookie sheet, I've got wax paper, just to make it easier to pick these up and move them around. And then I put a variety of cookie cutters out. Not the ones that are solid on one side, you don't want those. You want them so that they're hollow all the way through. I was surprised at how much this made when I did it the last time. Now, it's a little runny yet, but what I'm going to do is start packing my cookie cutters full of this birdseed mix. And push it down in there good. The thick cookie cutters like this one take a bit longer to dry and to set, but they last longer on the tree too. So fill them all up. When I'm done, I'll go back and I'll pick up some of my stuff that is falling out on the side, and I'll add that, top them off. Okay. I got a lot on the tray, but I think they look pretty full, pretty good. So my gelatin is starting to set up a little bit, so it's getting really sticky. That's why I wear the glove. Okay, so that part's done. Now, next, we're going to take just a couple of straws. I got a couple of straws here, just plain old straws. And I'm going to cut these into about 2-inch pieces. You know, enough that they'll stick all the way through my cookie cutters. And stick out the other end. I've got them flipping all over the place here. So and then mine have a bendy thing in it. I'm going to cut that out because I don't want that. Okay? And then you take the straw and don't stick it too close to the edge because that's where your string's going to go through. But make sure you get it down into the ornament all the way through. Okay? Now today's a good day to do this. Oh, I'm going to be just a little short. 1 straw short. There we go. Okay, so today is a good day to do this because the next thing we need to do is we're going to take this tray and I'm going to set it outside on my deck. Because it's close enough to the house, I don't worry too much about squirrels and stuff getting into it, and the birds will leave it alone for now. But it's going to sit out there for probably a couple hours for the gelatin to set up and everything. You want it to be nice and firm before you start messing around with it. We'll come back when it's after they've set for a couple hours and I'll show you how to finish them. Okay, it's been several hours and they've been outside. They're frozen pretty solid, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. Now what we're going to do is they need to stay in the cookie cutters and we need to let them sit and continue to dry out. However, because of how thick some of them are and them sitting on the wax paper like this, the bottoms don't dry very well. So I'm going to push the straw that I put in there, push it through to the other side, and then flip them over. And then I'm going to leave them sit inside for a couple hours on this side, and then I'll flip them over and let them sit on the other side and keep going back and forth like that. And I may leave them overnight. We'll see how they're setting up. Otherwise, it'll be like 3 to 4 hours before I can remove them from the cutters, and they'll stay nice and solid like that. Because they really do need to dry out thoroughly. But once I take them out of the cookie cutters, I'm going to take just some twine that I have. You could use any kind of string, twine. With the weather, the yarn might not be the greatest idea, but this holds up really well. I'll run it through the holes, get rid of the straws, run it through the holes, and make a loop at the top, and then I just hang them in the trees outside. And like I said, I did them just at Christmas time and hung them out. And I just noticed that they're almost all gone. So they've lasted about a month with the birds back and forth. I've had quite a variety of birds out there. So you can attract all kinds of things. So let me know if you try it and how it works for you, and even share some pictures, okay? Bye, guys.